Yo, what's up, guys? Chris Tutela here on episode number 18. No, this is episode number 19 of TTS Talk, alongside, once again, my creepy colleague and co-host,
Ruben Borges.
And today we got a special guest on the show, our man, the one and only...
Minas.
Sure.
Hardcore legend.
Minas. Welcome to TTS Talk, my man. Thanks for coming out on short notice. I called you like an hour ago.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, but you're very welcome, man. Seriously. So, what we wanted to talk to you guys about today is, you know, the significance of training and kind of finding a tribe. Human beings were tribal by nature, right? And we work best when we're surrounded by groups of people working together to achieve a common goal. So, Minas, do you want to just tell everybody a little bit about your story and kind of like where you came from and what got you to TTS in the first place, like before you got here?
Okay, well, I guess it all started a couple years back when I got sober. You know, I was trying to fix my life, trying to better myself, and the door was always open to come here, so I decided to come. And
awesome.
It's been great. I've been here like, what, a year and a half now? And significant gains in a lot of ways, a lot of different ways. But
so much progress in your movements. You were getting stronger literally every week. You're always coming here early, getting your pre-ab in. So I definitely saw a lot of progression faster and faster throughout the months with you. And that's been really good. Done that really well.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
So you mentioned when you got sober. So how long have you been sober now?
Coming up on 3 years, April 3rd.
It's amazing. Congratulations, dude.
Excellent.
Good for you. Super proud of you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
now...
guys were big help in that.
Oh, thank you, man.
Mental, everything. I'm sure we'll get to it. But
Yeah. Well, I can't tell you how much that means to us, and if there's some small role that we were able to play in this, it means the world. happy to help in any way that we could. But you know, obviously, there's a lot of people kind of going through those same struggles. You know, a lot of people that may be watching this may have had some of those same battles, right? So, what do you think, or is there one piece of advice that you could share with them, somebody that's maybe just getting sober? Like, what's one piece of advice that you would give them?
get fit, get healthy. Mind, body, spiritual. Just, you got to exercise. It has to be a lifestyle. It's not just something you do to get bigger or to look cool or to...
That's just a cool side effect.
Yeah,
that's definitely a plus.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like you got to make it. I think everybody should work out at least 3 times a week. I think it's just for everybody.
Just a staple in a routine.
I always think when a couple people are just, excuse me, whoa, voice, where people are just kind of not sure where they're at in their life or whatever, I always say, can't go wrong being strong or getting strong. It starts somewhere. All of a sudden, your mind expands, you start getting more creative, and you build a healthy habit and a healthy lifestyle, and then that structure builds to just getting better at everything else, whether it be nutrition, life decisions, and I truly feel that it'll help you. Let's say you're caught in between worlds, you're not sure what you want to do with your life, whether it be your passion, your job. Start training. Start eating healthy. It clears your mind. Your creativity starts getting higher. You start learning more. And before you know, you make right decisions. I don't know if you agree with this, Minas. You feel like your decision making has been better since you've been training?
100%. In many ways. I quit smoking cigarettes almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's strictly because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because not wanting to let you guys down, coming in, smelling like cigarettes, like, what the hell are you doing? It was that little extra bit that helped me.
That's amazing, man. And it's very, to go back to what you were saying, Rube, and you were saying too, but obviously, it's very difficult to develop a strong mind without developing a strong body, right? So your physique is going to resemble the materials that you work against consistently, right? And if by challenging your body, you're also challenging your mind, you're developing that mental strength, that mental toughness by pushing your body. And I think that's been a big part of your transformation too, is as you've progressively gotten stronger and you've been here consistently, there is not a day that Minas has missed, I don't think, right? You've been here 3 days a week.
I missed a couple.
A very few.
Yeah, if you do,
of course, maybe last year and a half. You said you've been here 2 years?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 days you missed, right? Yeah. So we've been telling you guys, consistency is key. And over the course of the last year and a half, you've been building muscle, you've been getting stronger. I've noticed changes in you, just like you said, like quitting smoking, making sure you're here. You're here earlier than anybody else, except for maybe Mr. Hudak. Shout out to Mr. Hudak, right? You guys are in the running for the earliest members arrival. But, how do you think, what has your thought process been like? Like, how have you changed mentally? Like where you're at now versus where you were a year and a half, 2 years ago before you started training? Like what's your mindset like now that it wasn't in the past?
Okay, it's just there's been progress, steady progress throughout the year and a half that I've been here. And I would say confidence. My confidence got better, stronger. I've been put in awkward situations and, I try to face them and I try to just grow mentally. And see, I struggle with mental health issues as well, so I'm bipolar, but that doesn't define me and everything, but...
Right, just part of who you are.
It's part of who I am,
right.
and this helps with the whole mental health aspect. This helps with your mind, it helps with your spirituality, that I'm a big believer in, and your physical. It's all one, but definitely would recommend this to people with mental health issues. I know they say the medication does this, or you might be tired all the time. Just get off your behind, get in the gym. A gym like this where it's fun, you working with family basically. Everyone helps each other.
Right.
And it's just great.
One thing I noticed to Minas, from the first month you being here and then the next month, you were taking pride in what you were doing. So you wanted to know what the prehab was, you wanted to learn what the exercise was, you would come and ask me, hey, just make sure I'm doing this correctly, either me or Coach Chris. You want to make sure you broke down the form completely and lifted the proper weight. With that transfer, things out to your life. And with you doing that, you grew even more. You became a leader within the group. And I know you're telling me about this family, but anytime there's a new guy that comes in, I know I partner them up with you because I know you're going to help them. And, you're going to be that leader by example for them. So that's, a great job by you. And I've seen how you grew with that. In a couple months, you became from learning, growing, taking pride in yourself, and then helping others too that were here, newer guys, and just help them get comfortable training with everyone. So, it's another great job that you've done.
I've learned from you guys, and I just make it my way to, every time a new person comes here, just welcome them, tell them, just have fun, it's going to be a great time, great atmosphere, try to present that to them.
Yeah. And speaking of, you mentioned family, obviously, my background, my family history is not the greatest, right? And I know you come from some difficult times as well. And, what I wanted to ask you about is how has this environment helped you in that sense? Working alongside other people trying to achieve a common goal. Did you feel like that's what kind of pulls you back here? Is that part of the reason is that part of your success lately?
Well, I would say that there's just a certain peace in coming here. It's fun, it's an escape, it's a get out of life free card.
Yeah, it's the 1 hour that you have for yourself to just focus on you, right?
And it's just a getaway, it's cool.
Right, and that's what I try to tell people all the time, or we try to tell people all the time is, when you are in the gym, take that as a time to work on you and to get in your zone where you're only focused on the present moment, right? We've talked about that in the past. When you're going for those brutal sets, those really tough sets or a really challenging workout, you're not thinking about the bills that have to be paid. You're not thinking about the shit that's happened in the past. You're not thinking about the fight that you just had with your spouse. You're only thinking and living in the present moment. And I think that is so crucial. So many people don't do. And that is one major component of what lifting and training is all about. It's almost a form of meditation. I mean, would you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah, and so you feel like you've gotten a little bit more peace of mind and mental clarity just from spending a couple hours a week here.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
It's great, man. I can't say enough about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it clears your mind. It's your own world, it's your time, especially with the guys. I know you developed some great connections with the guys here. And you see when you guys come here, it's like some guys are just leaving work and they're just happy to see everyone. And I know you guys catch up on certain things and everything. That's just great to see, and I know that's a part of it, for sure.
What's it called?
Good camaraderie.
a last bastion, or I'm not sure if that's the word they call it. It's a place where guys can just get together and be guys and just have
Shoot
fun.
the shit and train.
And
Train the way you want to
Yeah.
train, right?
Exactly. And
Right.
something I wanted to touch on too is like, I'm not sure if you were going to talk about this, but like injuries. I have 2 slight tears in my rotator cuff and my labrum, I think it is.
Right.
So you guys help a lot with that and telling me what I should do, what I shouldn't do. I know I'm not the best listener every time, but
you're
I'm
fine.
learning.
You might have to ask a couple times.
Yeah, that's it. You have to really make sure.
Yeah.
But it helps a lot. And
That's great.
yeah.
Awesome, dude. And now, I think the big question is, who wins a fight, you or Nick Stavrakis, right?
Nick Shabakis
Oh, they
is
all wanna
Manas's
know.
older brother.
Who wants to know? Nah, I love my brother. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I think that you take him down and ground and pound him. Beat him to oblivion. See, corporate Nick has changed,
Corporate
right?
Nick
Manas's
is-
got soft
back,
on us.
he got a little soft. Now he's Wall Street
He
corporate
said
Nick.
beats him to oblivion.
Manas wants his eyes. He said he's going to take his eyes. We love you, Nick.
That's good.
Nick was actually on the show once before from a distance.
Yeah, quick,
he gave us,
a nod.
yeah. but so anyway, that's great, man. And hopefully you don't beat up Nick after the show. But so how is your nutrition trained? Like, what was your diet like? Like, when you were obviously wrapped up in the other stuff, and you were facing the demons of addiction and all that. Like, how has your diet changed from then until now?
Oh, immensely. I got to think about it. Like, you know, eating terrible since I was a kid.
Right.
Since I was like 9 years old, eating very bad. To now, I'm a 80% vegan.
80%
Part-time vegan.
You heard it here.
Today I was vegan. So
Today he was all vegan.
like I'm learning to love that. But you know, it's about eating clean. It's about I don't know. I just
What would you say you eliminated first, or the one thing you know you don't drink anymore, or like
Well,
eat anymore, or something like that?
you know I gotta be honest. These past couple of weeks, I kind of slipped up a little bit. You know, having meat here and there, and having like desserts like donuts and stuff like this. But for a long while, like the first year I was here, I was eating really clean. You know, I put bread I put away for the most part, pasta for the most part, sugar for the most part. I've had like a couple sodas in the past like year. You know,
Okay.
like,
And I have a question, but since you cut all this up, we know that your physique has changed. Obviously, you packed on a bunch of muscle. We know you lost some fat. Your gut used to be out to here. You used to have that skinny fat look, right? That guts came down. You put some muscle on. But mentally, how would you say that affected you? Cutting all that crap out of your diet.
Oh, it feels great. It got me to the point where I'm at now that I want to be vegan. Like I'm just, I'm cutting out body fat. My attitude's getting better. My confidence is getting better, and that's something that I don't talk about much.
Right.
But my confidence is getting better by the day.
Yeah, I was saying in the beginning you wanted to get strong, you were getting strong, and that's happening now. I know recently, once in a while, you just rip your shirt off because you're like, man, I see abs, and you're looking to get those abs.
The shirt comes off and he does that moonsault that he does.
Yeah.
He lands on the
Be
floor
careful
when he
about
lands.
that.
You're not getting worried about your ACL every time you do that. But
Big, good air guitars, too, Manas.
yeah, when he gets going, this kid doesn't stop.
But yeah, I know that was your first go. You're getting a lot stronger now. You're looking to lean out, and you're getting towards the right steps. You're taking the right steps towards it, so that's great.
Right.
For sure, man.
Thank you.
So and a combination. So all the stuff we talked about. You've been training here consistently. Aesthetically, you look great. You put on some muscle. You lost some weight. You look good. You look healthy, right? You've gained some mental clarity and focus. You've changed your diet. You've developed more confidence, right? And these are all things that there's a lot of people watching this that they want those attributes, right? They want those traits. They want to get leaner, to build more muscle. And the recipe is very simple, right? It's train consistently, put the work in. Manas has been training 3 days a week, maybe doing some cardio here and there. Do you do much cardio?
Not yet because I hurt my ankle, but I'm going to get back.
Okay, so only really 3 days a week of training, eating better. All of these things have changed. And my point is, I want you guys to see that there is no secret here, right? Like Manas has changed. I can't. You're a completely different human being, man. I'm super proud of you, and he's come so far. And a big part of that change has been just diet and exercise, right? Eating a little bit better, training,
Couple
And
crunches
also-
here and there.
What's that?
I've been doing like crunches at night too, reverse crunches. And
Okay, get a little extra ab work in.
Get a little extra
For the
ab.
ladies, he's gonna start showing those abs.
for the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all these things have changed, and these are things that so many people will ask us how to change, or people
right.
at home like looking for the next best thing.
Right.
Our advice is always, you gotta just start doing the work,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Cut the soda, cut the bullshit, start training, and make it a habit in your life, and then you're gonna start seeing things progressively change, right?
Right.
So, Ruth, do you have anything you want to,
Just to touch up on that, I mean, I think the first thing you did was just make sure you came here 3 times a week.
Exactly.
And I think that was like your main staple. You weren't going to let go of that. And you came here 6 months straight, whatever it was, 3 days a week, 15 minutes early. So think about that. That's, total of 75 minutes, 3 days a week. That was it. You did that first. And from doing that first, everything else kept following. You started eliminating flour, eliminating sugar, but that is the consistency we talk about. Stay consistent. He made sure he made that a staple in his structure and in his week to be here 3 times a week, whatever it is you're doing, some type of training. That was huge. And that was when the change started happening. It started happening like this. And Coach is saying it, there is no secret. Stay consistent. That's like number one. And he started with that. That was his small victory. 3 training days a week, maybe make sure I'm going to make sure I'm there, and he was. I think a couple times you had a flat tire, you still made it here somehow.
Push the car, push the car.
Yeah, you would, no matter what, he did not let nothing stop him, whatever it was, he came here. So, and I think that was what was the biggest thing I noticed. When he kept coming here, I was like, man, he's always going to be here, and it was always changing every month. Whoa, look, look at your shoulders, look at those arms, look, whatever. Your strength, your technique was getting better, and then it led to where you're at now, man. So, that was a big thing, definitely.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed about us too is that like the fact that you're able to share the fact about you, you know, you're bipolar and that you're an addict, right? Who's cleaned his life up and made so much progress. Like that alone, man, I commend you for, because that takes a lot of effort, and that might not be something that you would have been able to do a couple years ago.
Definitely, yeah.
Am I right about that?
You're right 100%.
Yeah. So
and from that, coach, doesn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
And from that, you hear that, so it's like, oh, I'm battling that. It doesn't define you, right?
No.
You're a leader in here. Like you're coming, you're a coach amongst the guys that are here too, and that's something to take pride in and be proud of. And Coach and I are very proud of you for that. All right,
appreciate
you've done a
it,
great
guys.
job with that, and just keep it up. All right, guys, love you here.
yeah, man.
I've learned from the best.
Thank you. And so, look, you got people at home that may be watching this, looking to make some type of change in their life. Maybe it be a new job, maybe it be just some type of transformation that they want to make. If they have to lose 100 pounds, if they just want to get healthy, whatever it is, right? Maybe there are people at home with mental illness. Maybe there are people at home watching this that are addicts, right? Alcoholics, whatever. Maybe they're smokers and they want to stop. What is your step-by-step process and advice that you would give those people at home watching this today?
All right. Well, for me, I gotta say my higher power, God, is a big influence on me. And 90% of the battle is showing up. So just show up, have fun, work hard, take advice, take criticism. It all builds you up. And just, it's a matter of time too. Like, it was my time to get right. And the sooner the better. But
There's never going to be a perfect time, right?
Right.
You got to just start. There's never stop waiting for perfect. Perfection
Well
doesn't
said.
exist, right? You want to chase perfection, but you're never going to obtain it. You have to consistently chase it with the attitude and understanding that you're never going to be perfect. The time is never going to be perfect. It's just a matter of starting, gaining some momentum, developing the right habits, and executing every fucking day. When you're tired and you don't feel like it, just doing it. And as far as the addiction stuff, right? The meetings and stuff like that, is that something that's in your daily routine or not as much?
I condone meetings. Meetings are great. I go more towards the mental health meetings now,
Okay.
and it's not as frequent.
Okay.
But I couldn't have got where I've been if I was still drinking and drugging.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
I think it's poison. It's toxic to me. But
Right.
Go back where you say you're right, showing up, and I think that's big.
Exactly.
And, definitely.
I think Joe Rogan said that. 90%
So,
is showing up.
yeah, and so just showing, even to the meetings, just show up, right? Just get there. Like even if you don't, if you're not buying into it in the beginning, just show up and right. So that's great, man. And I want to thank you for coming on the show. And again, I want to congratulate you on your success and how hard you've been working. And you got to keep this shit up, brother, because I'm super proud of you. I'm super happy for you and how far you've come. So thank you, really, man. I love you, and I'm really happy for your success.
Love you too, man. Thank you.
Very fucking proud of you. All right, seriously, keep it up. I think there's something you guys need to know about Minas. He has this famous scream he does every once in a while. He's getting into his groove.
Sounds like someone's getting.
He has actually scared me because it just comes out of nowhere. But could you give it another one right now?
For some reason, I feel like it fleeted. And I don't know.
Something of that nature, though. But even a little, add another 10 times volume to that one.
It's like in the moment when you catch me.
Yes,
pumping
exactly.
iron.
Yeah, they thought we were mutilating goats in here one time, and they came and knocked on the door. So I'm gonna ask one last question before we go. Favorite wrestler?
Favorite wrestler?
All time.
Ooh.
Stone Cold is one that came to mind.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But I gotta say Road Dogg Jesse James.
Wow! The Road Dogg Jesse James! Unexpected! Oh, holy shit! The D-O-G!
Tag him on his Instagram or something for this.
Yeah.
First guy ever.
The Road Dogg Jesse James. Holy shit,
Well,
man.
you just got your new Halloween costume this year.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, even with their Terry Funk resemblance.
Yes.
I like the Road Dogg, man. That fits.
From
with you.
Stone Cold to Road Dogg Jesse James. Excellent.
Well, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope, so on a serious note, I really hope that it serves you in some way, shape, or form. This episode touches you, and you realize that wherever you're at in your life right now, change is 110% possible. It's just a matter of doing the work, finding the right people to spend your time with, and just making progress day after day. It's not an overnight thing. It's small, incremental progress built up, accumulated over time. That's what's going to lead to the success and the results that you want. So do the damn work every fucking day, and if there's anything that we can do to help, always feel free to reach out. You could shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm at Chris_Tutela. You could also shoot me an email, chris@tutelatraining.com. Rube, where could these guys find you?
Guys, you can DM me and follow me at @_Ruben, RUBEN, _Borges, BORGES.
Or
Ask me any
Hotmail.
questions. Or what?
Hotmail.com.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm not in there. So don't go there.
Minas, where could these guys find you if they want to check up on you?
You can find me at Minos Stavra.
Well, you're going to have to spell that one.
That's a real rough one.
At MINOSTAVRA.
Okay.
And Instagram.
All right, cool. So if you want to hit up Minas, if you have any questions for him, if there's anything that he could help you with,
Definitely.
feel free to shoot him a DM. I'm sure you don't mind, right?
Don't mind at all.
All right, guys.
It'd be an honor.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, when we catch you on another episode of
TTS Talk. Want to play a little air
Catch you
guitar?
guys next week.
I feel like I got something in my teeth though.
Check up close so we can see.
Yeah, get up close.
Extreme close-up.
Closer.
Just don't breathe on it. You don't want to melt the camera. Show your prostate to the camera so we can see. Why are you sweating like a lunatic?
Dude, it's hot out there. I can
Ain't
sweat
that
a lot.
hot though, kid.
Yeah. No, I sweat a lot, guys.
Test levels, 2008.